Time for tonight's rewrite. Before Donald Trump, there was Orly Taitz, dentist, lawyer, Queen of the Birthers, she was called. She grew up in the Soviet Republic of Moldova and then in Israel, where she lived until she came to the United States in 1987. Since the summer of 2008, she has dedicated herself to the cause of proving that Barack Obama is not an American citizen and not eligible to be president. 3 years later, 3 years of frivolous lawsuits, pointless legislation, and media coverage of her misguided crusade, Orly Taitz got to see the president's long-form birth certificate and the president himself addressing her concerns in a White House briefing.
Now, I know that there's going to be a segment of people for which, no matter what we put out, this issue will not be put to rest. But I'm speaking to the vast majority of the American people, as well as to the press.
Orly Taitz once said, "Even if I have to be a punching bag, it is still better than listening to the silence from the mainstream media." Well, the mainstream media is not silent about the president's birth certificate, and today is Orly Taitz's day. Her 15th minute of fame has arrived. The story of the president's birth certificate is now over. This is her first and last chance to discuss this subject on this program. She will now have the opportunity to rewrite 3 years of lies with a simple apology. Joining me now is Orly Taitz. Thank you very much for joining me tonight.
Thank you.
I assume you've had a chance to look at the president's birth certificate that was released today.
Yes.
Okay. Now, there is now no longer not an inch of room for any sane doubt about the time and the place of Barack Obama's birth or his parentage or the fact that he is a natural-born citizen of the United States of America. Are you now ready to apologize for the crusade that you have mounted against those simple truths?
Well, I hope I will have time to respond, which I did not have an opportunity to do before. And I believe that Obama's statement today is nothing but a preemptive strike. We do have a court hearing coming Monday morning, 9 o'clock in the 9th Circuit Court of Appeals. And the reason he is talking about this issue, if I can have a close-up, is because at this hearing and 2 other hearings, I'm providing documents. Can I have a close-up, please, sir? Sir,
what is it? Tell us what the document is.
Okay, this is Barack Obama's. Can you do a close-up? I need to show this.
Tell us what the document is.
This is Barack Obama's Selective Service Certificate.
Okay.
And if you look at it...
Yeah, we don't have to see it. Never mind.
It shows...
I want you to talk about the birth certificate that you saw today. I want you to... the Selective Service has nothing to do with proving his citizenship.
Absolutely.
I want you to talk about the birth certificate you saw today for the first time in your life. Do you accept the veracity of the birth certificate you saw today for the first time in your life?
Okay, first of all...
Yes or no on the birth certificate. Is that his birth certificate? Do you accept that?
Okay, are you going to let me speak?
No, I am not going to let you talk about anything.
Your program is nothing
Listen,
but Obama.
You have to tell me
machine.
whether you accept the truth of that birth certificate.
Let me respond.
No. Orly Taitz, you're not going to do... No, this is not where you come to do your madness.
Felony. Anybody else will be sitting in prison.
No, you're not going to talk about your nonsense. I want you to talk about the thing you've never seen before in your life. You begged for this. You begged for this document. You got this document. Talk about the document that entered your life today and proved that you were a liar. Talk about that document.
Barack Obama is a liar.
Was he born in Hawaii? Do you believe he was born in Hawaii according to the truth of that birth certificate?
Stop yelling. Behave like a human being.
Will you talk about his birth certificate?
Behave like a human being?
Will you talk about his birth certificate?
Harvard is not preparing human beings. This is Barack Obama's. So
let me get this straight. You are coming on this show and you're not going to talk about his birth certificate?
Barack Obama is committing Social Security fraud.
Are you going to talk about his birth certificate?
The Social Security number that Barack Obama
all right, that's it. Get her out of here. Get her off this show. Get out.
You're not going
to talk about the birth certificate. Orly Taitz, go home. You're fired. Go play with Donald Trump. Look, she's crazy. I invited a crazy person on the show to see if a crazy person, faced with the thing that the crazy person was trying to get for 2.5 years, could say something responsive, something human to the document that was released today that she's never seen before in her life. And she wants to play with all of her other kids' toys, all of her other crazy documents. I did not expect this to go this way. I thought she was going to address the birth certificate. We were told she was going to address the birth certificate. She's afraid to address the birth certificate, obviously. Great. This just gives us more time for Barney Frank. We'll be right back with Barney Frank.